So Guru Ramdas tells to Bhai Tiratha that there is no punya as great as practicing truth, and there is no sin as bad as practicing lie and deceit. WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh. Sangat Ji, welcome to another episode of Sikhan di Bhagat Mala, and today we are starting a new pauri, and this pauri is basically telling us the stories of the Guru Sikhs of Guru Ramdas Ji. Now Sangat Ji, Sikhan di Bhagat Mala is written by Shahid Bhai Mani Singh Ji based on Bhai Gurdas Ji's Vara, where Bhai Mani Singh Ji is exploring and retelling the Sakhiyan of the Guru Sikhs from the time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So if you have been following our series, we have covered the Guru Sikhs from the time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji right up till Guru Amar Das Ji, and now we have reached at the pauri where Bhai Gurdas Ji tells us the Sakhiyan of Guru Sikhs from the time of Guru Ramdas Ji. Now in this pauri, Sangat Ji, one thing that I've actually realized is that Guru Ramdas Ji gives upadesh to all those Guru Sikhs on how they can be liberated while being a family man, a family person, while living a householder's life, which is very much relatable to us because in this age of Kaljuk, we all have families and we work a full-time job or a part-time job. We have many responsibilities, and the question is, how can we meditate, how can we do bhakti, and how can we be liberated while living a full life in this world? So Guru Ramdas Ji helps us to understand and learn the way, the method to achieving that. So in Var 11 pauri number 17, Bhai Gurdas Ji speaks about Sabarwal de Sikh. So Bhai Gurdas Ji says, Sanmukh Bhai Tiratha Sabarwal Sabbe Sirdara. So the first Guru Sikh is Bhai Tiratha, and he came to Guru Ramdas Ji, and basically Bhai Tiratha, Bhai Gurdas Ji says that they are the leader of all the Sikh of Sabarwal. So Bhai Tiratha Sabarwal came to Guru Ramdas Ji in Amritsar Sahib, and they asked the same question that every Guru Sikh asked to Guru Sahib, ki hey Sache Pacha, how can I be saved from this world? How can I attain liberation? Then Guru Ramdas Ji looks at Bhai Tiratha and says that there is nothing, there is no faith greater than practicing truth. So Guru Ramdas Ji tells to Bhai Tiratha ki Bhai Sahib Ji, all you have to do is practice Satya, practice truth in your life, speak the truth, and only do truthful actions. Do not speak any lies, do not do any deceitful actions where someone gets hurt and because of that you have to pay for your karma. So Guru Ramdas tells to Bhai Tiratha that there is no punya as great as practicing truth, and there is no sin as bad as practicing lie and deceit. Now in Asa Diwar Sangat Ji, Guru Sahib tells us this advice, this pankti. They say ki sachta par janiye ja hriday sacha hoye, kood ki mal utre tan kare hacha toye. Sachta par janiye. So first one is, if you have the remembrance of Sacha, of Paramatma in your heart, then you're able to recognize truth in this world. Ki Sach ki ya, what is truth and what is false. Second one is, if you practice truth in your life, which means that your actions are truthful, your thoughts are truthful, your bachan, your words are truthful, then it helps you to connect to the truth, which is Paramatma. And what happens when you practice truth is, kood ki mal utre tan kare hachat hoye. Kood ki mal utre, which means the dirt of kood, of falsehood, which is on our mind, the ganda, the negativity on our mind, on our body, the actions that we have committed. Kood ki mal utre. Guru Sahib said that dirt, that mala is washed away just by practicing truth. Then Guru Sahib says, Sachta par janiye ja sach tare pyar. Then you can recognize truth if you have love for Paramatma. Jara Sach Paramatma, the true Paramatma, WhyGuru Ji, if you have love for that Paramatma, you are able to recognize truth as well. And what happens when you practice truth in your life? Now sun man rahsiye ta pai mokh dwar. Ta here means then. If from Paramatma, by living your life in truth, then having that praying for Paramatma, now sun man rahsiye, then we obtain that blessing of Naam for Paramatma. What happened? Ta pai mukh dwar. Then we get to the door of liberation, to the door of mukti. So then what happens if we practice kood? if we practice lies and have a life full of deceit? What does Gurbani say about it? So Guru Sahib says, "Ek kood lage, koode phal paaye." That some people, ek kood lage, some people, their whole life they live in falsehood, in deceit, jhoot bolna, deceive people, fareb, and then tokkhabazi and all of this. They live their life in that and they enjoy doing that. Kood phal paaye. So what do they obtain in return? You're not going to get such out of kood. So if you practice falsehood in your life, all you're going to get is falsehood as your phal, as your fruit. Then Guru Sahib says, what happens is duje paai birtha janam gavaye. So duje here means going to other places, doing other things apart from practicing truth. Then Mara says ki birtha janam gavaye. Then basically the life that has been given to us, this manukh jeevan, is birtha, has been wasted. So what's the outcome if we practice falsehood? Guru Sahib says, aap dubbe. First, you drown yourself in this ocean of Kaljug, which means that you just get destroyed in Maya. Then what happens is, sagle kul dobe. So you have destroyed yourself by practicing falsehood, and then now you're destroying your whole family with you, which means that you have drowned and now your family is drowning with you. Because if you have not practiced Satya or Taram, the truth, then how are you going to motivate or inspire your family to practice truth as well? So, aap dubbe, sagle kul dobe, kood bol bik khavaniya. And by speaking falsehood, bik khavaniya, basically from the same mouth, the same tongue that we speak lies and falsehood and do nindya, chugli, irkha, dve, dupada. Mara says bik khavaniya is just equivalent to us eating poison with the same mouth. So imagine Guru Sahib says that there's nothing worse than lies. Because why? We are bringing sins upon ourselves and destroying our own life. Not just our own life, but destroying the life of our own family as well. So Guru Sahib then told Bhai Tiratha ji ki sach kamauna, which means that live your life in truth. Sach bolna, speak the truth, think good thoughts, and then your actions must be truthful as well. And this is the way that you can be liberated. So Bhai Tiratha ji followed the bachan of Guru Ramdas ji, and truth to be told, this was how Bhai Tiratha ji was liberated, just by practicing truth in his life. So Sangat ji, it's very difficult to practice truth, because in the age of Kaljug, especially if you own a business or you're working, you're interacting with the world, we have no choice. Sometimes we have to speak lies. And this is something we need to think about, is that are we saying these lies or doing, false actions to save ourselves? Is it for our own, selfish reasons? Then Guru Sahib says that there is not the life of a Gurmukh, there's not a life of a Gursikh. If we are deceiving people just for our own selfish reasons, then how can we call ourselves a Gursikh? And Guru Sahib says that's not the way of life. So as much as we can, Sangat ji, in our daily life, if need be, if you have to speak the truth, and that's what Guru Sahib says, if you have to say no to false actions or no to someone's deceit or negativity or destroying someone else's life, you have to say no. Despite you yourself might get destroyed or someone might do something, you have Guru Sahib's asra taking care of you. But all you have to do is practice Guru's bachan ki jhoot nahi bolna, and no false actions, no false thoughts where you destroy someone else's life and destroy your own life as well. So Sangat ji, itne ke bentiyan parwan karni, pula chuka nikhima. WhyGuru ji ka Khalsa, WhyGuru ji ki Fateh.